Biafra, superstars, media.
My people, my Biafran people, how on a day? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This one, na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic, government in exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon Njoku, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people, the children, the men, the women, the indigents of Biafra will rejoice. My fellow Biafrans, I'll be very, very brief on this one. No time for talk, because I'm on a travel from now to the weekend. Hopefully, I'll be back on the weekend to have a discussion on what's going on. My people, my fear has come to reality. For those who are following the Zoom media, for those who are on X, if you're on Twitter, on social media, all across the whole zoo, the politicians again, Tinubu and his government, they have succeeded in turning their so-called protest to become a Biafran protest. Today, I want you to hear Showore on what he has to say in regards to people of Nigeria, the AFONJAs in Nigeria, working with Tinubu, people like Bayo Onanug and the rest of them. They have succeeded in turning the minds of the youths in that zoo, those that hate the Igbos, to believe the coup or their so-called protest is a coup by the Igbos, a civilian coup to take Jagaban out of office. If you're with me, sit back and relax. Let's just hear our sister here, Esther Onwachukwu. When I want to hear news from the zoo, I come to her page. If you are ready, hear what Showore is saying in regards their protest. And also he was roping the name of Nnamdi Kanu into their protest. Listen.
News right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I want us to actually take a listen to this very brief interview held earlier with Omoyele Showore, who is the African Action Congress presidential candidate of the 2023 elections. You do know that Showore is quite outspoken on issues concerning government, and he has always been an advocate of true governance. He was able to speak categorically on the government's mischievousness and deceit to its people, and that was during an exclusive interview that he had with Cordelia Okpe on an exclusive interview around 10:30 a.m. this morning. He also went around to talk about the negative impact or the negative name being called as to those who are tagging the upcoming August 1 protest on Igbos. Let's take a very brief listen to Omoyele Showore's stance on this.
Because we're supposed to be one united country, but when people rise up to say we need food, you are saying it's because they're Igbo. I've never seen a market where food is cheaper for Igbos in Nigeria than it is for Yorubas. The Yorubas who were celebrating a Miloko when Tinubu was coming, they are now shouting a Biloko, which is meaning it is time for hunger. And all of them are asking to be given a freshness of life. So, but it has become propaganda. Now they've shifted to the diaspora. How is diaspora the people who are in the north? The people who are most active on this governance protest are based in the north. Northerners don't even like traveling abroad as much as, or as many as Southerners do. Are you getting my point? So, how is that a diaspora problem? But they must find somebody to blame for themselves. You are the one who went and contested the election, rigged yourself in with INEC, and said that you are going to change Nigeria. And the day you arrived, you decided to impose the biggest punishment on Nigeria, saying we're removing fuel subsidy without any plan for how that would dislocate the economy. You floated the naira. You increased the tariff for electricity. Even people who are managing to do weather and all that, they now have nothing. They can't afford to pay your band A or the bandit electrical, classifications that you put in place. So everybody's folding up. Companies are folding up. So now people are saying we want to reset that system, and you're accusing them of being Igbos.
Okay.
Are you hearing that? They are accusing them of being Igbos. Those who want to protest now, Tinubu and his government, they are now accusing them of being Igbos. This was the same game they played when the man they call Cardinal Nziog was blamed for the 1966 coup. The leopard can never change its skin. The leopard will keep on behaving the same way. Nigeria will never change. Nigeria will keep on being Nigeria, a contraption, a place meant for criminals, a place where the slave masters chose a particular tribe, chose a particular people to run the affairs of their project called Nigeria. Nigeria will always be Nigeria, which is why I'm telling you, my people, my Biafran people, please, with all due respect, we cannot stay in Nigeria. Because anything that happens in that country, they will turn around and blame the Biafrans. And once they blame us, the other tribe, they will fall into formation. And before you know it, like the story of the bully in the classroom, they will skip to the flow of the politicians. They will blame it on the Igbos. They will blame it on the Biafrans. When you go to the Zoom media, all across the Zoom media now, they are blaming the Biafrans for everything. They are saying we are the ones behind it. That is why one of the things that we're asking for is for Nnamdi Kanu to be released. You and I know that I made a video here asking Showore to make sure he takes the name out of Nnamdi Kanu. Take off the name of Nnamdi Kanu in your protest. Because we know Nigeria very, very well. I told Showore to take ownership of that protest. Because I know Nigeria very, very well. Let's continue. Listen.
100,000 naira, compulsory free education from primary to secondary school. Children of all public school office holders must attend public schools in the country. Government must patronize made in Nigeria goods. Transition to a unicameral legislature. Judicial and constitutional reforms. The release of Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, they're asking Nigerians to add more. I am sure you heard the interview that was had on this earlier this morning.
Hold on, my sister. Can you all hear it now? They added the release of Nnamdi Kanu in a protest. And you know the game of the caliphate. We have our own blueprint. We have our own timetable on how to release our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. According to Simon Ekpa, we must make holding Nnamdi Kanu more expensive than releasing him. But now what they are doing this way, by putting the name of Nnamdi Kanu, they want to draw sentiments. They want to draw sentiments. That way, they will not claim it's the Igbos who were after everything. Don't forget, in 2020, the NSAS protest, the then crazy AGF, Malami, he said it was the IPOB that were responsible. The IPOB, they hijacked the protest. He said IPOB hijacked the protest, the NSAS protest. Now, putting the name of Nnamdi Kanu there will give the government an opportunity to give a dog a bad name just to hang it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
From actually going on that protest. That's basically what the situation is. I don't know if you've listened to most of the press conferences they've organized. Yesterday, we heard the DSS say that they know those who are behind the planned protest. They did not tell us the names of these individuals.
They know nothing.
The IGP of police as well has also told us today that there are foreign mercenaries behind this planned protest.
That is rubbish.
They did not tell us the names of these foreign mercenaries.
That is
Hold on, my sister. Can you see the game the zoo is playing? The DSS and the rest of them. They are foreign mercenaries. Before you know, they will blame it on Simon Ekpa. They will blame it on the Biafra Republic government in exile. They will wear some criminals, some IPOB shirts, some shirts with a Biafran flag. Go to Lagos and burn something down. They will now tell the people in Lagos, what ideo, I want Igbo tideo, Yoruba, Ronu, I want Igbo tideo, what ide till Lagos yo. That's the game they play. Because of the tribalism in Nigeria. Nigeria is a tribalistic country. Nothing can work there. Nigeria is tribalistic by nature. Lord have mercy. Once they say some foreign entities now, for the past 3 years, who are the foreign organizations that have been fighting that zoo? The Biafra Republic government in exile. What they want to do is give a dog a bad name just to hang it. But let's just continue. Continue.
Still have the defense headquarters saying that they will not tolerate a democratic institution or a democratic process dissolving to a state of anarchy. They are not telling us that they are supporting. They're not telling us that they will protect if the protest goes on. So how do you think their response should have been on this planned protest?
Well, we have a non-working national orientation agency.
All right.
Because assuming that our national orientation agency is working, it is them that should have been addressing all these issues.
The National Orientation Agency literally has been moribund, but one of the reasons they talked about was the fact that they're not being financed. So do you think the federal government has relegated the National Orientation Agency? Let's look at some logical reasonings to the backbone of this protest. Well, we do know that one of the calls, right, is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, those who are calling for these particular protests should be...
It doesn't know any religion or any ethnic group. Nigeria is hungry.
All right.
And this protest, government is the cause.
Let's look at some logical reasonings to the backbone of this protest. Well, we do know that one of the calls, right, is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now...
My sister, calm down, please. They do know one of the call is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They do know that one of the call is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Let's continue.
This protest, government is the cause.
Let's look at some logical reasonings to the backbone of this protest. Well, we do know that one of the calls, right, is the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, those who are calling for these particular protests to be shelved, who are tagging it an Igbo protest, are actually alleging that it's IPOB members who are trying to do this. Now, some of the executive elites of the Southeasterners are begging the youth not to be part of it because they do not want anything that will deteriorate or neutralize the political resolution being fought for ahead of the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Others are also saying that in as much as this protest has a good cause, but that the issue should not make it become vehement or volatile, because they believe that this will be an instrument to either stall the procedure for Nnamdi Kanu's release or accelerate it. Do you believe in that?
Okay, you've heard it. I keep saying, let's give what belongs to the zoo, and to Biafra. Even though we don't believe in their court, we don't believe in the process in their court, because our leader Nnamdi Kanu has been granted bail. They've been said he's been acquitted without no case to answer, but he's still been held. So the game that this man is playing now, Jagaban, the game he's playing is to find a way to rope the name of Nnamdi Kanu into this. In a way to punish Peter Obi, they want to now rope the name of Nnamdi Kanu. Do you now see where I'm coming from? In the beginning, we told these guys, if you want to do your protest, own your protest. Take complete ownership of your protest. Don't allow it to be about Nnamdi Kanu, because we know the zoo, we know their behavior. They will turn around and blame the Igbos. They will turn around and blame Nnamdi Kanu. They will turn around and blame Simon Ekpa. Less than 1 week that I made that video asking Showore to take ownership. Before your eyes, the zoo, they are doing exactly what I said. They are literally doing exactly what I said. This is a classic example of giving a dog a bad name just to hang it. They know we, the Biafrans, we are not fighting or protesting for a better Nigeria. We are not doing what we are doing to end bad governance in Nigeria. What we are saying is we have gone through a total divorce from Nigeria. And by the 2nd of December, we are going home. We don't care about the politics in Nigeria. In fact, when they were electing their politicians, we said we shall not get involved in the election. That tells you we are in total divorce of anything happening in Nigeria. But somehow, they still want it to be about the Biafrans. They still want it to be about Nnamdi Kanu. They still want it to be about the Igbo man, because they know that Nigeria is not working. But they know that once you call the Igbos, once you say the Igbos are involved, due to the hatred, the tribalism, the jealousy and envy they have for the Igbos, suddenly all the other tribes, they will form a formation, turn around 360, blame the Igbos, blame Nnamdi Kanu, and they will blame Simon Ekpa. We know the game they are playing, which is why we are saying we are done with that thing called Nigeria. We are done with it, because over and over and over again, they keep on making us to be right in everything we talk about them. Less than 1 week that I told Showore to make sure he take ownership of his protest. Before your eyes were hearing a new song, that it is the Biafrans who are behind the protest. In fact, these guys, they are lucky that I'm about to book a flight, but God willing, tomorrow I will be available to do justice to this video. So much has happened in the zoo, so much to deal with, so much to speak on. They are blaming the Igbos for their coup. They call it a civilian coup, and they are blaming the Igbos. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. I gotta go. Bye-bye.